Hey there, wonderful souls. Good to see you here once more on Love and Spice, where we uncover the full spectrum of our existence. Love, life, and everything sprinkled around. Today, we're cracking open a question many of us have quietly wrestled with, the intimidating, unnerving thought of forever ending up alone. It's something that slips, effortlessly, regardless of generation or time, a hushed echo that bounces back and forth in the hidden chambers of our minds. After all, isn't it a tad unsettling how swiftly the sands of time seem to scatter away from us? You see, there's this silent script hovering around in our society, a kind of invisible guide that tells us when it's the perfect time to stumble upon that special one, put down roots, and forge a life together. And as the clock keeps ticking, this hidden timeline thrusts more and more pressure upon us. But have you ever paused and thought, what if this looming fear of being alone forever, particularly as we grow older, is simply stories we tell ourselves? Surprising, isn't it? Ever watched a video where the idea of love being restricted by age is completely squashed? Well, here is what it's all about. Imagine diving into the tempestuous sea of societal norms that often make us quake in our boots. Picture battling the stereotype that stamps a sell-by date on our desirability as we age. The important bit? We're spotlighting true tales of folks who bumped into love when it was least on their radar. Does love truly care about the wrinkles on our faces or the grays in our hair? Or perhaps, does it just surprise us when we're busy looking the other way? Time to find out, isn't it? No matter if you're in your rocking 20s or fabulous 50s, or maybe even further along the way, stick with me. We're about to clear up some common misunderstandings, shake off those so-called norms that society has cast upon us, and celebrate the idea that love doesn't come with an expiry date. Hop into our little ride titled The Myth of Being Alone Forever, Debunking the Age Barrier. And let us take off on this journey together. Looking up at the starry expanse, ever found yourself just a tiny bit awestruck by the sheer enormity of it all? Makes you feel pretty small, right? Like a tiny dot in the grand scheme of things. Now imagine having all that weight, the entire universe, weighing down on you, crushing your dreams of ever hearing the universe playing Cupid's sweet symphony for you. It's like a cruel cosmic joke. But today, we bust open a myth that's been hounding us for a while. The notion that there's a ticking time bomb attached to love. Really, why should there be a best before date on love? It's as if society has a giant stopwatch signaling the end of the love race once the buzzer goes off. But here's a curveball. What if I said the whole being alone for eternity was as real as stardust? Spoiler, it's not. It's high time we cracked open this myth of love having an expiration date. Hey, you know that sneaky feeling that sometimes sinks in our minds? That little nagging thought we're all scared of? Ending up alone, right? It's like some bogeyman from childhood, forever creeping in the back of our minds, casting a shadow over what we most. Picture this. It's not just you and the guy next door. No matter the country or culture, anyone from teens to grannies can feel it. Societal norms and our own insecurities all combine to make the thought of being alone as daunting as a ghost story, haunting our dreams and steering our lives in different directions. Have you ever felt like there's an invisible timer ticking away? You may have felt the pressure, find your true love in your 20s, make a home in your 30s, or else you might find yourself alone. But what if we're all looking at it the wrong way? What if the story we've been told, the one we've believed all along, isn't really all that true? All right, let's cut to the chase. Have you ever felt like society has given you a checklist and a timeline that you weren't quite ready for? That was me a few years back, standing at life's intersection, trying to decode the secret language of relationships. Now let's paint another picture. Imagine being in your 20s with everyone pushing you to secure your happily ever after. And as the big 3-0 loomed ahead, the heat got cranked up. Sounds familiar, right? Now get this. I was at a friend's wedding, drowning in an ocean of smiles, laughter, and the intoxicating aura of love. But hang on. There was this uninvited buzzkill at my table, a ticking time bomb inside me, whispering, "Are you lagging behind?" Watching the couple pledge their forever to each other, I had a troublesome thought. Am I on the wrong page of my life story? Chilling, isn't it? And then, like a bulb lighting up, it hit me. Why not challenge these timelines we're taught to follow? After all, love doesn't punch a time card. It was right after this wake-up call that I stumbled upon tales of people finding love in their 40s, 50s, and even later. It was a straight-up slap in the face to the age-old love myth we've been fed. Guess what? This eye-opening experience nudged me to dig deeper and bring to you a fresh take on this issue. So, if you've ever been crushed under the weight of these societal shoulds, remember, it's not just you. Let's pull back the curtain on a rather familiar scene, shall we? It involves this overriding narrative that society crafts for us since we're old enough to comprehend. It's a sort of life manual, if you will, that dictates how and when we're supposed to find that special someone. In a manner disturbingly reminiscent of a movie script, society rehearsals this idea of young love, even making us question our self-worth if we don't follow the given script. Does it get more intense? Oh, you bet it does. Especially when we reach a certain age or certain life events. You can always count on your well-meaning relatives or friends to remind you, ever so gently, of these societal norms. So, when are you going to settle down? Have you met the one? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? May look like harmless chit-chat subtly implants this fear in us, the dread of ending up all by myself. The insinuation is clear. Our happiness hinges on meeting these societal norms. But here's the kicker. Society's pressures, they're constructs, not fixed laws of nature. So say it loud. My love journey is my own. It isn't anyone else's business to set a timeline for you. Unspooling an old tale, we're breaking through age-old beliefs that have been woven into the fabric of society over the years. It's that preconceived notion some of us have, a worrisome thought that as we age, we lose our charm. Think it's set in stone? Well, let's flip the script on this age-old tale. You see, this notion of beauty waving us goodbye as we older is brewed within narrow viewpoints. Yet, isn't beauty a concept other than that? It's an ever-evolving masterpiece that deepens and grows more intricate with every minute passing by. Why don't we hoist a glass to the beauty of growing older, the wisdom, elegance, and raw authenticity it brings along? Imagine this. You run into Clara, a lady as dazzling as a summer bloom even in her 50s. Her allure isn't just skin deep, it stems from a strong bedrock of self-belief. Then there's David, a 60-something gent, oozing a magnetism that could give any young heartthrob a run for his money. These lives, like so many others, are living proof that allure isn't a slave to a ticking clock, but develops from self-love and inner confidence. It's high time we gave the term desirable an overdue makeover, leaning towards viewing older individuals as being less desirable. That's a smoky mirror distracting us from reality. Well, today we're wiping away the smoke and stepping out of shackles. Now that we've challenged myths and shifted our perspective, it's time to equip ourselves with practical tips for finding love, because the journey is not just about debunking misconceptions, but also about actively shaping our own narratives. So, grab a metaphorical compass as we navigate the path to love. First and foremost, love begins within. Cultivate self-love and self-improvement. Embrace your uniqueness, invest time in your passions, and build a life that fulfills you independently. When you radiate confidence and contentment, you naturally become a magnet for positive connections. Expand your social horizons. Engage in activities that align with your interests, attend events, and join communities where you can meet like-minded individuals. Genuine connections often blossom when shared passions bring people together. Don't shy away from technology. In the digital age, dating apps and online platforms offer unique opportunities to connect with people you might not encounter in your day-to-day life. Be authentic in your profile, and remember that meaningful connections can blossom from unexpected virtual encounters. Lastly, be open to new experiences and connections. Love doesn't always follow a linear path, and sometimes the most extraordinary connections happen when you least expect them. So, embrace the spontaneity of life and let love unfold in its own beautiful way. By incorporating these practical tips into your journey, you're not just finding love, you're actively creating a life filled with meaningful connections. As we reach the end of our exploration into the myth of being alone forever, debunking the age barrier, I hope you found inspiration and a fresh perspective on the journey to love. We've peeled back the layers of societal expectations, shattered myths about age, and offered practical tips to guide you toward fulfilling connections. But our journey doesn't end here. It's a continual evolution, much like the stories we've uncovered. Remember, the narrative of your life is a story you get to write. Love doesn't follow a script, and it certainly doesn't check your age or conform to societal timelines. It's a dynamic force that can find you at any moment, in any chapter of your life. Now, here's your call to action. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's build a community where we uplift and inspire one another. Your story could be the encouragement someone needs to rewrite their narrative. If you found this journey insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Join our community as we continue exploring the multifaceted aspects of love, life, and personal growth. Together, we'll redefine the narrative, dispel myths, and create a tapestry of love that knows no bounds. Thank you for being part of this journey. Until next time, embrace the beauty of your unique story, and may love find you in the most unexpected and extraordinary ways. Take care, and much love to you all.